What's up? What's up? What's up?
I'm Taja,
And I'm Nate.
and you're listening to
Keep it rolling. So,
We have taken a break over the holidays, but the good news is we are back
full force.
and ready to um, ready to go.
Ready to go. Yep.
I hope you guys are doing amazing at the start of 2024. This year literally came so fast.
Yeah. Actually, it felt like it took forever.
To get to 2024?
Yeah, it actually felt like it did. I mean, just because it's here, we saying it came fast, but I mean,
last year went by so fast.
Last year, it, I guess so. I mean, but at the same time, it didn't. It kind of took its sweet time, and it kind of didn't. At certain times.
What do you mean?
I mean, like certain months felt like forever. Like how it always is. January is the longest month of the year because the year,
yeah,
because it'd be having like 60 days, and then
then
February be taking,
February
of course,
be taking a while too.
Yeah, sure
and
be
it got
like
the shortest day.
And it's supposed to be a leap year this year, right? Every 4 years.
Yeah,
it was a leap year, and February for that have like 35 days this month, like normal, and
Yeah, the first couple of months definitely feel long in the year, and then the next couple just speed past, like it was just waiting for the first two to get out the way.
No, I just feel like they all take long.
What? To me, last year went by so fast. I feel like 2023 was like the quickest year of my life. Yes, because when I was a kid, years took so long.
Yeah. Well, for real.
Yes.
Like, I kid you not, the only time that went fast was the summertime.
Yeah.
June, July, August, it flew. But, I mean, here we are today, right?
Yeah. So, welcome to 2024, and welcome to our first episode of the year. Keep it rolling, 2024. Rolling into the new year.
What? So, today's topic is how we met.
Our love story.
Dang. Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
How we met, our love story, I guess.
And how we fell in love.
Okay, yeah. How we fell in love. So, So, our love story. How we met. Well, first off, how did we come to meet each other or whatever?
So, we met in college. Mm-hmm. I am American and he is Bahamian and American now, but originally Bahamian. And so obviously we weren't like from the same hometown or anything. Mm-hmm. We met at college. He came over here to get his degree and get a job. And that wasn't on the cards to just meet a lovely lady like me. And just get married, but that's what happened.
That's what happened.
So we weren't supposed to be in both of our stories. We weren't supposed to be going to that college. We just basically decided last minute to go to this college.
Well, I guess you can't say we weren't supposed to be going there because I guess fate brought us together. Yeah, it wasn't our intentions to go there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we ended up going there anyway.
Yeah.
And look what happened. Mm-hmm. Later on, here in life, in a big old house with 10 kids. I'm just playing. But yeah.
So anyway, we will let you take it off with your point of view.
Well, my point of view. Well, this is how I remember it happened. So, like I was in a college fine, I mean, of course, everybody in high school, hear about college. People want to be like, oh, I want to go to college, but I didn't want to go to college. I don't know what I had in mind. But anyway, like during the summer months, it's like probably June, last minute. And I was like, you know what? I want to go to school, be an aircraft mechanic. Because my original plan was wanted to be a pilot. But anyway, long story short, I ended up applying for colleges over the states or whatever. Because, I was in the Bahamas at the time. And I was applying to go to college in Georgia at first. And I was like, man, this is kind of pricey or whatever. and I was like, let me see if I could find something cheaper or whatever. And I had a cousin who was going to Arkansas, who was going to UCA in Arkansas. So I was like, let me look at Arkansas to see if I can find a college there. So I could be close to my cousin, check him out and all that stuff. And I think it'd be cool. And I ended up finding a college in little old East Camden for like 3 times less of the price than the price in Georgia, the college in Georgia. And I was like, man, like this is golden right here. So I applied.
I thought you said you was looking at Florida.
No, it was in Georgia. Well, the same school was in Georgia and in Florida, but I applied to the one in Georgia, and I was actually talking to them, and they was sending me the plans and all that stuff, and they was telling me when school started and everything, and all that stuff, and I was literally, everything was like falling in place, like lined up for me to go there, and I ended up looking somewhere else and finding the one in Arkansas. And I'm going to the one in Arkansas, and that is how I end up in Arkansas, all the way from the Bahamas.
Because people always want to know.
Always want to know, yeah. What brought you to Arkansas from all the way here in the Bahamas? Like, well, how much? I don't have to look it up how much miles it is, but it's quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, yes, thousands, but I don't know. Yeah, how much? It's over 1,000 probably.
For sure. Yeah, I think we looked it up one time. It was like 3,000.
No, I don't think it was that much.
Let me see.
No, look it up.
Okay.
We're gonna have a little look up session.
Keep talking and all.
But yeah, that's how I came to Arkansas. So how I met Taja, little Taja.
Because I keep being like, how did you start calling me Taja? I wonder when this happened.
Oh my goodness, you serious? You still on this? But anyway, so the first time I saw her was we was having this meeting in this, like, I think it's our little break room or something like that. What do you call the room?
It was like I don't know. Maybe we should call up KJ, see what that room was.
Well, anyway, it's some type of room. We had a meeting. Everybody was on the campus had to go to the meeting. So we all went to the meeting, and I was sitting by the stool or whatever, and I saw her. I think he went to sit on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, who is that? I was like, man, she's fine. And I was like, you know what? And then after the meeting or whatever, and I was like, KJ, like, who is that or whatever? And he was like, oh, it's Tasha. I was like, well, and he was like, I think he asked me if he wanted me to say something. I was like, nah, I don't do that, because I usually don't do stuff like that. That's how I kind of can remember it going. But anyway, so that happened, and that's the first time I see you on campus. And the second time I saw you is when I actually saw you sitting outside the night, and I was like, yeah, this is the opportunity. The opportunity. But what is up, dude? Look at the opportunity. Oh, it's standing right in front of me. And I was like, yeah, we go chat it up, talk to her or whatever. And obviously, of course, in my attention, I liked her. And I was like, what?
It's over 1,097 miles. I thought it was 3,000. Okay. I could have sworn it was 3,000.
1,097 miles, which is freaking quite a lot.
It sure is.
Yeah. I mean, it's over a day's drive, obviously.
Yeah. So if you are single, your soulmate could be over 1,000 miles away from you. Don't just be
1,097 to be exact.
Yeah. Don't just be looking in where you're at. They could be just somewhere else right now.
Wait, was that just the Bahamas territory? How far is the Bahamas territory?
Nassau, from East Camden, Arkansas.
Okay. Yeah. Well, 1,097 miles, but yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I saw the opportunity. I took it, jumped on it, and I remember you was like looking at my phone or whatever, and you was like,
"Oh my goodness,
I want that," and you was like, "What type of phone you got?" And I was like, "Oh, just what was the iPhone 6?
I can't remember.
Just the iPhone 6." And then you was like, "Oh, I got the 5," but
5. I can't.
Yeah, you had
the 6.
No,
I know I had 5S at some point, and then I went and got the 6.
No, you had the 5 because the 7 wasn't out yet.
I said 6.
Yeah, I know. Me and you didn't have the same phone. I had a better phone than you.
No,
I did. I'm telling you, I did. You bought. Remember, you bought Amazon, the phone from Amazon, and I was there when you bought it.
But it
That
was
was the 6.
Yeah, that was a 6. That's all. I thought we. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had the
So it
6.
was the
Here you
5
go. Here you
before
go.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I had the better phone, so I kind of won that one right there.
Okay.
And then that was kind of like a ticket to, talk to, I guess, Latasha on campus. And, we chatted up from that day and we exchanged numbers. And I really, so how I was doing it, I was like trying to test it out, like this new method or whatever. And I was like, if she don't text me, she wasn't into me. So I was kind of waiting for her to text me, but for some reason, I was like, you know what, I'm a texter. I mean, I really was going that way. I was trying to, that's something I started because I'd be like, I'm not gonna waste my time if I exchange them with a female and they don't text me and are interested in me. I'm not gonna pursue it. But that day I did pursue it further. I was like, you know what, I'm a texter.
Trying something new.
I'm a texter because I was like, she's different. She's different. Okay. But yeah, what's your how would it take it from there?
Okay.
Unless you have something to add to. Okay.
I'll take it from there. Okay. So my point of view, I really was like dead set into going to Henderson. I wasn't gonna be at this particular college in East Camden, but I had a kid. And even after I had her, I still had things lined up to go to this college because I had a band scholarship. But then, like, the closer and closer it got to actually getting ready to go, I was like, I don't want to leave her. Like, I would rather be here with her versus going to pursue this band scholarship and, like, having a college life, which I feel like I was able to get a little piece of it still at the college we went to. But anyway, I don't feel like I missed out on anything. I think I made the best decision. But anyway, the reason why I went to that college was because I wanted to be able to, it was like 15 minutes away from where I lived. So I was able to just go and see her as much as I wanted. So that's the reason why I turned down the scholarship and the opportunity to go to a bigger college. So at this college, we had a meeting, like a housing meeting, I think. And I remember going in. I remember what I was wearing at this meeting. I remember sitting on the couch. I remember being by my dorm, my roommate, everything. But I don't remember seeing him. And he told me that he saw me that day. And at first it was like kind of weird when he was like, I saw you before. I already saw you before. But then later on it started being it was kind of cute because the fact that like it's like the opportunity actually came back for him to talk to me when I just happened to walk outside and he was out there, and that was really cool. So anyway, I walked outside a couple of days later, I believe, and I was on the phone and he walked up to me. I was like, who's this dude walking up to me? But I mean, I wasn't afraid or anything. I was just like, who's this dude walking up to me? Because it seemed like all the dudes at that college, I don't know what it is.
All the dudes.
They was like really trying to get a girl. Like they didn't care who the girl was, how she looked. They was just wanting to flirt with everybody. So when he came up to me, the first thing I said was like, well, I think I asked you where you was from because I could tell your accent. Because I thought he was from Africa because I just didn't know any other countries pretty much. But anyway, so I had to go and look up where the Bahamas was afterwards. But anyway, so he walked up to me. I asked where he was from. He started, trying to spit game and stuff.
Dang, trying to spit game?
He was spitting game.
Too late. Too late.
He was spitting game or whatever. But I just wasn't in a place where I wanted to be in a relationship. So I told him we could be friends. So we exchanged numbers, and I remember going back to my dorm and telling my roommate about it. And then she was like, what? I ain't never seen this dude before. Like where is this a real dude? I was like, yeah. He said he from this place. And she was like, Pasaja, are you sure? Like, I've never seen this dude before. So then I went in my phone and tried to text him, but I didn't even see the phone number. And I was like, what in the world? I saw him save it in my phone, but I did not see the phone number. I went through the contacts, did not see the phone number at all.
It's probably because I didn't know how to work a 5, knowing that I had an updated phone 6.
Anyway, anyway.
But
So
yeah.
then the next day in class, I was in my Comp 2 class, and I remember like just looking out the window, and then I thought about him and was like, well, let me just look through my contacts again, see if I have his number. And when I couldn't find it, I was like, well, I guess that's a sign that maybe I shouldn't be talking to him. And then as soon as I was about to close like my phone, then I saw a text message come from him. And he was like, I think he said good morning or
Okay, I don't want to say
how are you doing or something. And I was like, I couldn't lie. I mean, it made me smile a little bit. But then after that, we were just
kicking it off from there.
Yeah, two peas in a pod.
Yeah. So, I know you want to tell it, but in my hamburger story. So, that is also included in our journey of becoming one.
Yeah. So, okay. So after this, we were talking, getting to know each other, friends, getting to know each other. And I remember inviting him to our dorm so he could get to meet my roommate. And then we all became friends. And we would like, I remember inviting him to watch Being Mary Jane with me. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that show.
And he used to sit there and just be watching it. And then you didn't even want to watch it though. But I mean, you didn't show me that you didn't want to watch it. It seemed like you was into it. But he probably was just wanting to be there with me. So, but he was there. He was watching that show with me. He bought us pizza. We was just watching that show, eating pizza, drinking Chardonnay. Like, listen,
stop.
it was nice. I was like, oh, like this dude is really cool because he was so genuine and just wanted to do nice things, wanted to make sure that I ate and like all this stuff. And then it's not like he was asking for anything in return. He wasn't. He was just doing it. And I was like, this is a really good dude. So then he invited me over to his dorm to eat burgers. And then I was like, oh, that's so sweet because I'm hungry, like, And I had told my roommate, I was like, hey, he invited us over to get burgers. He got a couple other friends over there and like everybody's just eating burgers and stuff. And I was like, let's go. And then she was like, no, I'm not going over there to eat no burgers. I'm good. So I went by myself. I was nervous, but I went by myself. And I think when I walked in, like there was smoke everywhere. It was like fire alarm going off. But it was a thought that count. Were you even cooking it or was other people cooking it?
I was cooking it at first, and then when I started doing it, then someone else took over. So yeah, it was like, dude, you're supposed to let it defrost first.
Oh wow.
That's why you started freaking doing all of that because you mix the cold and the hot. Whatever.
But I thought that was very thoughtful.
I wasn't. At least I could say I wasn't the first person to set up the fire alarm for that semester.
Everybody set the fire alarm off at the dorms. It was crazy. But when I went over there that day, he was just like super nervous. He hardly said anything to me. His roommate was talking to me the entire time.
He was talking your head off. And you was like, I ain't seen nothing wrong with it. But yeah.
Yeah. Now, take it away.
I don't know where to begin. But yeah, I must say that college, was cool. Because being there, like when I had met you, like when we first started talking and everything, before that, like before it got even like, deep in the friendship type of situation, I was like, man, this school kind of sucked because where it's located. It's like nothing is around. You gotta, to me, it felt like you had to drive forever to go to McDonald's, just McDonald's. And it was crazy, like to Walmart too. Because East Camden, it's like what? It might be, is it like a 20? Minutes. You say 15 minutes. To me, it felt like longer than that because
No,
it's like
it's like 15 minutes. It really is
it's
because
so different, you know. It
I'm from
was so
Bearden.
different.
I'm from Bearden, and that's like 25, 30 minutes. And we went there like every weekend with our grandparents, with our grandma,
Uh,
to go shopping and stuff. She would always get groceries or whatever. So, and I would always like look at the time and
Camden
count
is
that out.
20 minutes. Gotta be 20 minutes, right?
Mm-mm.
But anyway, to me, it was different because being on the island, I mean, it might take you 20 minutes to go from one side to the next side or whatever, or you know, and that's in traffic included and crap, you know. But just the fact that we was leaving East Camden, driving like we just steadily driving, dude, just driving past a bunch of trees, passing this and everything. I'm like, dude, this is taking forever. Not to mention that you're going, especially when you get to the highway, you're going 65 plus over the highway, and you still taking forever to get down the county. I'm like, dude, this this is too big for nothing. Like it's long. It's a long stretch. But anyway, I didn't like it down there in Camden. I felt like we was just in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by trees, and I'm not used to that. And I was like, I wanted to leave, but our friendship started getting, you know, deeper and stuff. We started talking a lot and everything, and I was like, you know what, I actually want to stay. Actually, she made me want to stay there. So
Yeah, I didn't even know this until after we got together that he was planning on leaving like the next semester.
yeah, I
He
wanted
was
to
telling
leave.
his mom he didn't want to be there no more. And she was like, well, just finish out the semester. And you know, that was God right there. That was an angel telling her, tell him finish the semester because he needed to meet me. He didn't meet me yet. Then after he met me, then he was like, did she ask you if you still wanted to be there? Like
I
after
don't
at the end
think
of that semester?
because I don't think I brought it up anymore. I mean, it was like, especially, you know what got me that vibe? Like the first day when I went there for like the orientation, not orientation, I'm saying orientation, but my orientation, the fact that I had to, you know, visit the school,
Mm-hmm.
see how it was. And that's when all of us was visiting, you know, all of them was over there. And we was in Little Rock, of course, that's where the airport is.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, UPS, UCA, where Bai was going. Me and Bai happened to go to school at the same
So
time.
you saw that first, and then
Yeah,
you went down.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly, dude.
that makes sense.
I don't even think I went to his college, but the fact that we was in Little Rock
Yeah,
and it was just his school was just 30
yeah,
minutes away. Like just being in Little Rock, just in the city.
yeah.
You know, being in the city and everything, like everything's around there. We stayed in a hotel there and then I had to go to college there. Just being around that massive area, dude. I mean, Little Rock is not big, but to East Camden, Little Rock is like freaking New York or Los Angeles or whatever crap. You know what I mean? So just doing all of that, and then we end up driving 2 hours or an hour and 45 minutes to go to East Camden, and I was like, "What is this?"
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, "Did I make the right choice picking the
It
school?"
was probably like 2 hours and
But
30 minutes
what they go
to
to?
East Camden, or
Nah,
two
from Little
hours
Rock.
because an hour and 45 is to Fordyce, Little Rock to
Yeah, but
Fordyce.
you was living in my mail. My mail is already 25 minutes out of Little Rock. We was in Little Rock when we drove to
Okay, so
East Camden.
25.
So, but
That's still
it was like an hour 45 to 2 hours,
mm,
especially how my daddy was driving. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
boy. Oh, but anyway, yeah, it was but 2 hour drive,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, dang, like, and we ended up driving. We ended up driving there to do the orientation, going back, and like I was like, dude, I don't want to go to this school because it
Mm-hmm.
was like when we, you know, when you go to East Camden, instead of taking straight highway there too, you know, that back road, we ended up taking that back road, and we was
Mm-hmm.
already kind of losing signal a little bit, and I was like, dude, we get lost back here, like, because you know
Mm-hmm.
this is our first time traveling back here,
Yeah.
and on top of that, like in the middle of nowhere around. Like I was like, dude, I don't think I get used. I think made the wrong choice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want to go to this school because it's different. I'm pretty sure you, and now you understand why I felt that way because you went back to the Bahamas. You see how it is. Of course, it's kind of like more like a crowded living, more like New York where all these buildings so close to each other and all that crap and everything. It's nowhere like New York. Of course, New York is gorgeous and tall buildings and everything, and it's just different as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
You like literally you could drive 5 minutes this way, 5 minutes this way. You to a food place. You 5-10 minutes this way to a friend's house and all that stuff. It was different, and I didn't like it. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't like it either once I started going there.
But you were so used to it though, like the environment.
That's the first time I went there.
But I'm talking about like Bearden is the same way, like surrounded by trees and stuff. Like you have to drive.
No, it's not that. It's not that I was used to. I mean, like I knew where I was, you know. And at first I was like, oh, this is cool because I'm gonna be even closer to like the stores and stuff instead of driving a whole 30 minutes. Now I can drive 15. I thought that was pretty cool. But then I started to, I was every once in a while, I was still going to Henderson. And I was like, man, I kind of wish I
could
went
go
to this school.
Yeah.
You know, like comparing it to my experience at that school, I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to just look and see if I could transfer this next semester and be able to get a dorm where I can have my daughter with me. And then I had family there in Arkadelphia, and I was really trying to make all of this work out. But I met Nathaniel, and all of that changed.
I ain't calling my old government name on this. But anyway, yeah.
And all of that changed, and I guess that changed him too. It changed his thoughts too, because he stayed there.
But look where we are today, you know?
Yeah. So, long story short, after all of that, we became friends. We got really close, extra close.
Too close.
Too close.
3 close.
Can never get too close. Okay, so then he was getting ready to go back home for Christmas, and I was like, man, like I need to tell him how I feel before he goes back home. And it was like I had a fear inside of me, like if he ends up going back to the Bahamas, and what if he decides he doesn't want to come back? And I didn't want to regret never telling him how I felt about him, because I had a feeling he didn't think I liked him at all, because it seemed like he was always kind of scared to make any type of move when he was around me. But yeah, so I just went ahead. I remember him, I think it was that same, no. So this is what happened. I had to work one day, and he was like, he really wanted to see me. Remember, we were friends at this point. He really wanted to see me before he left. So what I did was I gathered a couple of our friends together for us to like have this going away party for him or whatever. It wasn't like a party. We were just getting together and really supposed to be spending time with each other and talking. But he stayed in the corner on his phone the whole time, and it made me mad because I was like, I could be somewhere else. Like, you act like you don't even care about this thing, you know? And then I ended up leaving because I had to go to work. And next thing I know, he showed up at my job. He had asked someone, one of the people who was at the party that I had set up, he asked them to bring him to my job. And like he was apologizing and everything. And I was like, okay, like I think I do need to tell him how I feel about him, because it just felt really sweet, like a nice gesture for him to actually go all out of his way to come to my job, to apologize before he even like had to go back to the Bahamas and all that stuff. So after I got off work that same night, he said he needed to go to Walmart. So I went and took him to Walmart. Then we were just talking, friend base. At this point, I still didn't tell him how I felt. But when I dropped him back at the dorm, that's when I told him. And he admitted that he liked me too, but he was scared to tell me because he thought I was going to just cut him off. So, yeah. And then we agreed we weren't going to be in a relationship until, like, we were going to think about pursuing a relationship after he got back from the Bahamas. But yeah, it was just nice letting each other know how we felt. Now, your turn.
Oh man, that's it. I mean, basically you explained it all.
Okay. So then when he came back, we were just talking. That's when we got to the talking stage. Yeah. When then we started talking. And then
we started dating on January 17th.
No.
Yeah, we did.
19.
19?
Yeah.
So what is? Why
So
I keep saying the
I keep saying the
17?
17 too, but I think that's the first day you asked me to be your
Okay.
girlfriend,
And
and I
what
was like,
you shot me down?
I was like, I don't think I'm ready. That he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I was like, I'm just not ready yet. I'm kind of scared.
The 17 counts. The 17.
It's a part of our journey for sure. It's a part of
Okay.
our journey. And then like 2 days later, I wanted to go to the movies and watch this movie. What I forgot
Was
what it's
that on the
called.
19th?
Mm-hmm.
That movie that, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I really want to go to the movies and watch this movie. It was about the first black black
Astronaut?
woman who was
Mm-hmm.
who was a part of NASA.
Yeah, she was an
Taraji.
astronaut though. Sorry, my bad. But
Yeah,
yeah.
Taraji P. Henson played in that movie, and I was like, I really want to go watch this.
Yeah, that was really good.
And he ended up going with me. I was like, do you want to come? And we went. And then that's when
Dance kicked off.
I remember being like, ask me again. And then we were official. So, yeah.
So the 17th, supposedly she shot me down, and then 2 days later, I didn't get shot down. We made it official.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it just kind of progressed from there. It was like we got married 9 months later. It was just really fun. Like our whole dating time was really fun. Don't you think? What made it so good is the fact that we started off as friends. So it still felt like we were friends. Like even now, it still feels like we're friends. Like we literally can just sit and just discuss literally anything, or we're just literally friends for real. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. Like, how you were before you get married and everything. You're supposed to keep up those type of stuff.
Yeah.
And marriage shouldn't be like, okay, we're married. I don't have to do anything now. Even though, it's kind of like easy to do that. You be like, oh, I already got us. I don't have to do anything else. But it shouldn't be like that. It should be a continuously pursuit.
Yeah.
Like the first day you try to get it should be like that every day. I mean, so on.
Yeah, you should continue to pursue each other.
Yeah.
But like the benefit of starting off as friends is like it exceeds literally anything that like I can even think of, because in marriage you are going to go through ups and downs, but when that's your like this is my dog, like this is my homeboy right here.
Like no, we do not say such things in this house.
This is my best friend. So like if I'm feeling the type of way about
finish.
If I'm feeling the type of way about something, or like I'm just having a bad day, he truly cares about me. Like he cares about me. So
I do.
So like yeah, so it's really good to be with your best friend, because you're not just with them because of the benefits that you can lawfully have now, but that's just somebody that knows you. He's taken the time to know me for who I am.
I have.
He knows my heart. Like he truly cares about me. So yeah, it's just nice being able to be with someone like that.
Vice versa.
Okay, well, did you have anything else to say?
I have nothing. You said everything is on my mind. That's the what you call it, other benefit of being friends. You read each other's mind.
It does seem like it sometimes. Like you can literally, like sometimes.
No, literally, no, but
but like sometimes I'll start humming a song and that was in his mind, and then he'll be like, "Dude, I was just thinking about this."
Yeah, for real, yeah. Like that TikTok that's been going on, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you guys for listening to
Keep It Rolling, and see you next time.